welcome back to Folk Tales of the African Savannah, where age-old tales come to reality and new ones are brewed. Sit, relax, and enjoy. Don't forget to subscribe.
Jojo and the Fiery Cat. Once upon a time, in a quiet rural village nestled between golden fields and scrubby bush, there lived a quirky inventor named Jojo. He was known far and wide as the mice master for his elaborate traps. Intricate machines of levers, pulleys, tin cans, and tiny swinging hammers, all designed to catch the plump field mice that scurried underfoot during the harvest season. But Jojo didn't catch the mice just for fun. No, he turned it into a business. Each morning he would gut out the mice with surgeon-like precision, wash them until their skins gleamed, then roast them to a golden crisp. Afterwards, he would simmer them in a spicy peri-peri sauce so hot that villagers broke out in sweats and licked their fingers clean. He sold these delicacies at the local bars where drunken uncles would rave about the fire mice and order more with every round of opaque village beer. Business was good, but trouble began to simmer in Jojo's kitchen. It simmered right out, actually. One morning he found a platter of fire mice stolen. An honest cat might have chased mice in the fields, but not this one. This cunning feline had discovered his secret and instead would slink into his kitchen at night and make off with his hard-earned supper. Now, to understand how bad this was, you need to know that peri-peri sauce contains a special chili that only grows along riverbed. It has a flavor like lemon and a heat like dragon's breath. In fact, it takes 2 whole days to make the sauce, and half of that spice is lost if you do uncook it over a fire made of acacia wood. So to make his fire mice, Jojo had to gather wood from sacred trees deep in the forest. Trees protected by grumpy old baboons with terrible tempers and even worse aim with their pee. To reach those trees, he had to pass through thorny thickets patrolled by 6-legged desert spiders who injected sleeping venom into his skin. Just one bite from one of their legs, and a man could sleep for days. Each morning he would wake up, grab the first available tool, chase away the ants that had built nests in his wounds, then tend his trap. Soon he would catch the thieving cat, or so he thought. That very night, his trap snapped shut, revealing the orange-eyed thief inside a wire cage. "Got you, you rascal," he snarled, his eyes flashing. His mind twisted with rage, Jojo marched to the village shop and bought paraffin, a flammable liquid used for lighting lamps. Then he took the trapped cat to a nearby field, a patch of dry fallow land where nothing had grown for years. With trembling hands, he doused the animal in paraffin, lit a match and set the creature ablaze. The cat screamed in pain, bolted like a comet, leaving behind a flaming tail. It tore across the field, thinking it would find refuge in the tall, dry grass. But the grass caught fire, too. The flames spread faster than he could have imagined. A gust of wind helped the inferno leap across the veldt, devouring everything in its path. Birds fled, insects sizzled, and smoke billowed into the sky like a mushroom cloud. Horrified, he staggered back, his arms scorched by the blaze, his heart pounding in his chest. Within minutes, the fire reached the outskirts of the village. People came running with buckets, pots, and wet sacks to try to put it out. He wanted to help, but his burnt arm made him useless. Together, they fought the fire until dawn, but not before several homes were lost and the fields turned to ash. When the flames finally died and the smoke thinned, he stood amidst the blackened ruins, dazed and weak. There was no sign of the cat. Some say it perished in the fire. Others believe it survived, now scarred and wiser, haunting the village at night like a ghost. As for Jojo, he was never the same. People stopped buying his fire mice. Children pointed at him and adults shook their heads. Even the drunks at the bar whispered when he passed. From then on they called him the Fire Master, a title he hated, since it reminded him of the disaster he had caused. And to this day, whenever someone in the village acts out of anger, someone always says, "Careful now, before you light a cat on fire." We often hear the phrase, "kill them with kindness," but sometimes the best revenge is simply ignoring the offender. However, we can learn valuable lessons from this story, especially about the dangers of unrestrained anger and the importance of being responsible for our actions. First, the story shows us that anger left unchecked can consume us entirely. When faced with the loss of his precious fire mice, Jojo gives into uncontrolled rage. This overwhelming emotion leads him to take extreme measures, setting the cat on fire. Remember, while anger is a natural human emotion, it's crucial to manage it effectively. Uncontrolled anger can cloud our judgment and cause us to act in ways that we later regret. Much like Jojo, Second, the tale highlights the destructive nature of unchecked anger. By setting the cat on fire, Jojo doesn't just harm the animal but also causes significant damage to his village and the surrounding environment. The fire spreads uncontrollably, destroying homes and fields. This teaches us that anger can lead to unintended consequences, hurting not only ourselves but also innocent bystanders. Third, the story emphasizes personal responsibility. After the fire, Jojo doesn't take responsibility for his actions. Instead, he blames external factors like the wind, the dry grass, and the cat. Accepting responsibility for our mistakes is essential for growth and repairing the damage we've caused. Blaming others or making excuses only makes things worse. Fourth, the importance of empathy is highlighted in the story. If Jojo had taken a moment to consider the cat's perspective, maybe he would have understood its actions. Perhaps the cat was doing what it had to survive. By showing some empathy, Jojo might have found a more humane solution rather than resorting to violence. Finally, the story underscores the enduring impact of our choices. The villagers stopped buying Jojo's fire mice after the incident, signifying that his reputation and livelihood suffer long-term consequences due to his actions. This teaches us that every decision we make, especially when driven by intense emotions, has lasting repercussions. In conclusion, the story of the Fire Master serves as a powerful reminder to manage our anger, consider the consequences of our actions, and treat others with empathy. Let this tale guide us in making better decisions and finding more constructive ways to deal with our emotions. I'm curious, what do you think? Would you agree that this cat deserved its fiery fate? Or do you think Jojo acted unjustly? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this story, please hit the like button and subscribe for more enchanting tales and moral stories. Your support means everything to us. Thank you for watching.